Hi, I'm Katherine Bentley with K Bentley Design, and I'm here today from the Seattle area to tell you about Amy Howard's new transfers. And I'm a graduate of Amy's Old World finishing course, and I can't say enough wonderful things about that. The finishes that you see hanging on the wall behind me are ones that I've learned in her class. It really changed the way that I approach projects now. Also, we have continued through Inner Circle, where we meet twice a month, and we have a support group of about 90 wonderful people. So if you're stuck, you have a question, you're not sure how to stain something, you just put it on there and the kindness overflows. And people are so happy that you have achieved your goal. So I would look into it if I were you. Today I'm going to talk to you about Amy's new transfers. They come on a hard surface. Let me grab them. Let's hide it. On a hard surface. And this is in its protective sleeve, so it might be shiny. But you just cut out what you want and carefully so that you don't cut off. In my case, I chose one with birds and insects, but you don't want to cut off their little legs, or in this case, their antennae, or their just part of them. But they peel off. This is just to help you maneuver it, and you can lay it out where you want it. But they peel off, and see, this plastic part is what has the transfer on. And you put that where you want it, and you scratch it with a little pencil, and or I use a stick, and I shouldn't say pencil, but I guess you could use your stylus pencils, and just go over it gently, and the transfer will be on there and not the plastic. But I'll show you that in just a moment. If you have just bought the piece and you don't know anything about it, be sure and use Amy's Clean Slate. I can't say enough about making sure the surfaces are always clean. This is so important. Let it dry about 20 minutes. This desk I bought, it's a Drexel, and it was pretty beat up, but I bought it because it's quality and it needed work, but I was afraid it would end up in a landfill. So I sanded it down all the way to the bare wood, and then I wiped it, made sure that all the dust was off, and then I applied vintage wood, which is like a stain, and it goes into the wood and creates a gray grain to it. And then after that dried, I went over with Windsor gray, which is Amy's one of her gel stains, and it just glides right on. And then I wiped it back, and I'll show you again because we'll do some together, and I'll show you how this works. And then I go over with Cerusing Wax, which I did on the table, and then wiped it back and used Clean Slate to make sure there was no residue on it. So I thought what we would do is start at the bottom drawer and put some birds at the bottom and end up at the top with these beautiful vintage stamps and this old world script. And I'll cut these stamps out. That's almost as boring as watching paint dry. But I'll cut these out, and I want them just to look random on the top. So let me turn my camera around, and I'll sit on the floor and we'll do some together. Hi. Well, here we are. Let's take off the knobs and start with this bird. So I've just put them on here as, I think, not too close to where the knob was. And so now I'm going to peel off the hard backing, just like that, and place them here, not too close to the knob, not too close to the edge. And I start in the middle and press out. And then I find my beginning and I just gently scratch. These are so wonderful. I've seen people put these on trays as hostess gifts and on chushery boards. Little decorative, because they're food safe. You know, all the products Amy uses are water-based. There's no VOCs. So I don't worry with my animals or with my grandchildren getting into any of my products, because I know that it's not going to hurt them. And cleanup is so easy because it's water-based, so you're just running it under warm water. The only thing is when you wax, is you do need to use the clean slate. And that is, I just go over the drain and pour a little bit on the brush and then rinse it out. Okay, I think I've covered them well. We can peek and see if the transfer is on there. But as I said, I like it when there's a little bit missing. It just looks older. Okay, shall we peek? There he is. It's coming off. Voila. Here. See, it's easy. And it's going to be beautiful. And people, as Amy says, you get to enjoy the bragging rights. Let's put this butterfly here. The same thing. I'm glad I cut these out ahead of time so you didn't have to wait while I cut these. Get his little antennae up there. I think we've got him all. I'm probably being too careful because I don't want to mess it up for you. But as I said, you really can't, because I just go over it with a little stain and well, parts of it are picking up. I was bragging too soon. That's all right. And there it is. See how it's just on the transfers on the stick paper. And I just smooth it outwards with my finger. Probably not necessary, but there's one. So I'll put it back in here and we will do the staining all at one time. And then we come up here. Oh, come on. Oh, we'll come up to this guy. And take his knob out. I love this old screwdriver. It was my dad's. It's wooden. He was the one that taught me the difference between slotted and Phillips when I was a kid. And righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You must have cross-threaded it. A little difficulty. Well, I'm going to leave the knob on for the time being. Oh, too easy. Okay. I thought we'd go smaller as we get up to the surface. So I really like the delphinium. That would be nice. And maybe a dragonfly. Okay. Let's start with the dragonfly. Aren't the colors gorgeous? Especially with they're so subtle with the color of the wood and don't want to forget his little antennae. A little bit of the wing, but we'll go over it with our... Can you see that okay? I'm going to turn it around so you have better visibility. Oh, the cardboard. It's amazing what you can put these on, and they blend in so well that they don't look like they're not hand painted. Maybe it's a campanula. I think I left his legs. Isn't that pretty? Look how easy it is. And it just looks like it belongs there. So now we'll do the top. And well, what we could do, let's just stain these while we're here, as long as I'm on the floor. Sorry for the noise. All right. This is, again, Windsor Gray, and it's Amy's gel stain. And it just smells wonderful. And make sure that you have a lint-free rag, clean, and it's got to be lint-free, not an old rag. Just, you can buy them online, or if your children have holy t-shirts, that works great. And I just use a clean brush, or you can use a sponge brush. Actually, we can try both and see which you like best. And I just dip it in, wipe off the excess, and I'm going to come back and forth. I'm not going to worry about the edges because we're wiping it down. But this just will add a little depth and do a little more blending. Okay, my clean rag. See how it just gently remove a little bit the excess, and the rest will dry right where we want it, and it just kind of blends them in a little bit. And there you go. That was pretty easy. But we already have this wet, so I say let's not waste another one. We'll just go ahead. And I may have put too much on, but that's not right. Here. Now we've got these wonderful little bugs. It adds some interest to the desk. I think it was a little boring without these. Now, can you see it? Can you see how pretty this is? It just looks like it's been there, and it'll dry, and it'll just be more beautiful. Okay, let me set these out of the way while I do the top. I'm excited to do the top. Now, I'm going to sit up a little bit, and I might go out of camera, so sorry. I guess you'll see my hands. Not very graceful getting out of my... Can you see the top okay? What I'm hoping to do is just to lay these beautiful postage stamps just randomly off to the side, so that if somebody does write in the center, it's not obstructing anything. But I'll put the darker towards the back because I think the darker will come forward. And then I just spread it out again. And we'll put a white one. Straight on. And isn't this beautiful? No one knows what it says. Well, maybe somebody does, but I love script. You don't see it nowadays. I think the younger generation, they don't even know what script is or how to read it. Okay. I guess I could speed the camera up so you don't have to wait. And I like it when they overlap a little bit. Now, will I remember which ones I etched on? Oh, he's upside down, but I like that. Yeah. Maybe there. Sometimes I have to stand back and take a look to see where I'm going with something. But these just look so old and like there's a story behind them. Oh, this is interesting. Look at that. It's just numbers. parcel number. Maybe a little askew. And I won't make you watch while I scratch them all on. Oh, do they look like they've just kind of been thrown to the side? That's what I'm hoping for. And probably on the other side, I'll just do a bird and maybe a couple other insects. Well, maybe there. And just have fun playing with these. That's what I love about them. I got carried away with the flowers and covered a dresser with them, and they're so beautiful. Oh, it needs some color here. Be right there. Is it upside down? Nope. I hope you can see this. Because this is the fun stuff. All right, we have a little crown. Oh, hers is upside down. That looks like it might be Queen Elizabeth. Okay. And let's put the queen, cut off this little piece. I think let's put the crown above the dragonflies. I'm so happy to see that there's many this year. I haven't seen many in years prior, and it just is joyful to see them. So let me grab my pencil and my stick. And as I said, you don't have to watch all of these, but I'll show you how they go on pretty fast, as you know. And they just add a old world charm to what could be a boring desk. And this is the one I overlapped. I better start peeling before I forget which ones I scratched. Okay, so part of this is, so see how old that looks? Not all of it. I didn't scratch all of it. Look at this. Isn't that just beautiful? I sure hope you're all liking this as much as I am. That one wasn't scratched. Because it's amazing what you can do with these things. I see people in our group that make beautiful gifts, hostess gifts, and during the holidays, some of the gifts that they made were just gorgeous. And it's so simple. People say, how did you do that? Do you paint? Well, yes, I paint, but do I paint beautiful dragonflies? No. Okay, I think we'll do this nice big blue one. And the script. Let's see what you think of that. And I really don't think I need to go over this with anything because the edges are so integrated into the gray. Again, look how old he looks. And the upside down one. So what are you going to do with yours? The flowers, as I mentioned, are just so beautiful. I want you to see these up closely. Look at how gorgeous. The depth that you get with them. Can you see them clearly, or is there a glare? This one has a protective sleeve on it, which I put them back in to protect them. And so, is there a glare? Can you see? I love this one. I may actually put him on the other side. I think he's so beautiful with the delphinium. And look at this. Look at how the depth to them. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you too will have the bragging rights and enjoy your next projects. Again, I'm Katherine Bentley with K Bentley Design for Amy Howard. Thank you. Bye.